Hello and welcome to a look at Xenoblade Chronicles X. This is the new hotly anticipated JRPG for Wii U. Exclusive. I think it's one of the main selling points of the Wii U, or at least it was for me. That's one of the reasons why I picked it up, along with games like Bayonetta 2 and some others, like Fatal Frame 5, Bayonetta 2, and this game. Those are three games I did not want to miss, so I picked up the Wii U. And here we are. This is, let's see, before I actually start showing off anything, I'm gonna just go over a quick discussion about what I'm gonna actually show off so that you're not caught off guard and, you know, spoiled on anything in particular. First of all, I'm not gonna do anything story related. I'm gonna do one Infinity mission, which is for like a side character. It doesn't really matter much. I just want to show off some of the voice acting and how the questing structure works for the side missions. It's one that I haven't done yet, so I guess I'll discover it with you. And I'll go over the combat. I'll go over the various gameplay aspects more or less. But I'll try to stop myself from spoiling anything in particular. But yeah, okay, let's get started because oh boy, there's a lot to cover. This is kind of your home base slash your room. You do some neat things here. You go here. You can check out the various skells, which are basically these mechs that you own, and you can see their stats and you can see what they do and what kind of parts they have. It's pretty neat, but you don't get that for quite a while. You can also customize your barracks. Let's see. You can change the wall decals. Neat things. Are kind of cool. I'll stick with my Welcome to Blade one. You can also change the color, the schemes, and all that stuff. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, it's here. It's nice. But let's actually get into it. Let's go out into the world of New LA. This is gonna be the place you're gonna be spending a lot of time in between missions and things. Basically, it's the required place for you to visit every once in a while, even when you're outside the world doing quests. This is where you turn in a lot of the quests. This is where you get a lot of the quests. It's rather huge, actually. These skells that are all parked are all mine and my party members, which I had to buy independently. Yeah, this place is huge. And gotta love the music for this game. It's a kind of cheesy but awesome that I can really appreciate. This is your mission station. You can pick up some missions, some of which I might be able to turn in, like this one. I can just accept this and turn it in immediately. But I already did that quest, I think, so I don't need to do it. These are basically side quests. Some of them actually give you pretty good rewards, but most of them you know, don't really offer much. A little bit of experience, not too much. This is actually where you go to hire other player characters. I can also manage my own avatar that I sent out. And people have actually used my own avatar to help them out. They scouted my blade, and so I'm able to like hire these guys who are all scrubs because they're low level, except for this guy. But yeah, they're all basically useless. At least for now. I'm sure later down the line, once the game is actually out and more people are playing it, that'll be more of a useful system. Here's the kind of like the store section where you go to purchase and upgrade your items. This is where you actually go to invest in a variety of weapon dealers. You see I have one to level 5 and a couple of ones that I'm still working on. What it does is that you have these minerals that you collect over time through your mines, which generate them automatically, or you can get them through quests and stuff, and then you decide to invest that mineral into these companies, and they are able to produce better items, and they're actually they actually give you some pretty nice gear that you can purchase, but nothing's really free in this world. You gotta buy everything. You can also develop items and weapons once you have the specific parts, but I have not been able to create any one of these even after completing the game because I have no idea where most of these things drop. And I'll come back to that as my de facto biggest complaint about this game is the way the collection thing works. But you can create some really crazy stuff, like some god weapons, and some special scale frames. These you can't buy these at the store. You gotta actually make them using the parts. And some of them are very unique in their loadout. And they're also all level 60 as well. The ones you can buy at the store are level 50. And when they eventually make this guy eventually, but man, it's not gonna be easy. I don't know where to collect any of those, but I think I can buy some of them using tickets and whatnot. But yeah, that's the storefront as far as your inventory goes. You can actually go to here to buy the actual equipment themselves. I can go buy some weapons, some really elaborate ass looking weapons. They have a variety of stats, as you see. They have special functions. Like this one gives you overdrive count 7, stabilizer 7, extend critical power 7. So those are all the stats that come with the weapon, and once you have them, you just have them. There's also weapons and items with slots that you can slot augments into. I'll show you that real quick. Yes, I have spent a lot of time playing this game. Although the time on that is a bit inflated because I've left the game on overnight, basically farming gold for me. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, right. Augments. For example, I have this helmet. I had this helmet. There it is. It has a slot, and I decided to put experience boost 3 on it. It gives me 14% more experience from basically everything I think I do, which is nice. But now that I'm max level, I no longer need it, so I took it off. There's a lot of different weaponry that I can use, and the thing that you're seeing right now is actually not what my regular weapon and setup looks like. If I were to look at my primary gear, it would look like something like this. It looks weird. It looks kind of all over the place, like especially that left arm. That's just embarrassing. I can't walk around in public like that. That's weird. So what I do instead is that you just go to the fashion gear and do change fashion gear, and you're actually able to just change the equipment, and this is what you're gonna look like all the time, no matter what equipment that you're using. And this is actually a really nice function to have, because I think, especially with Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, you had a lot of mixed match equipment, just for the sake of having the best. That just says blade tattoo on it, but okay, sure. I don't even know where I got these items, but I have them. But yeah, you have these really weird looking things, and you're forced to use them because that's the best gear, best statted gear that you have. But not anymore. Everyone's wearing basically what they have from the very beginning of the game. Like Alma is wearing her traditional red and purple, which I think looks very good. Lynn is wearing her uniform. So is Irina, or Irina, whatever pronunciation of the name is. You can also unlock the ability to slot or put in new slots to your items by going over here. And but this quest is a bit of a pain to do. But you can just go here. You can use the Millennium and slide in new things, which I think I'm most likely gonna do, because man, I can have 3 slots in both of my weapons. That's pretty huge. That's like a lot of power that I'm not using. It kind of gives my power, I suppose. But Millennium's easy enough to get that I don't really have to worry about it. Also, you have crackdown jumps, because why not? That is the most crackdown looking jump I've ever seen. And also you can see there is dynamic weather. It's nice and rainy outside. It's also nighttime. That also changes some things, like about the monsters, what monsters spawn during nighttime, and even during rain times there's some unique monsters that come up. These are the affinity missions. This is the one that I'm most, no, not that one, but there's some quests that add to the character development of each person, and they actually award you with unique skills a lot of times. So they're the quests that you ought to do. It's like your first priority to do those quests in particular. But yeah, that's enough of New LA. It's a big place. There's a lot to explore, to do, and see. But the true beauty of this game comes from the world itself. So let's go dive in. And what you're not able to see right now is that I'm looking at the Wii U pad, and I'm scrolling through the map and it's very detailed, the map system, and it shows me exactly where I want to go and what's there and what's around there, what places I have explored and what I haven't. So let's just go directly to one location. I didn't pick this one in particular. It just, I don't know. I just picked it out of random. I don't know where it is. I know what landmass it is in, but yeah, let's just go here and see what's up. This is Oblivia. This is kind of like the desert kind of area. It's this kind of looks like, I don't know, just like the sands. There's like mountains, and there's like this big lake that's going across. Let's move around. And since I'm here, why don't I show off a bit of the combat? As you can see, there's no random encounters in this game, just like Xenoblade Chronicles. There's an enemy, and I gotta dig it. It looks like he has an eye icon next to his name. That means he attacks by sight. So if I were to, let's see, where is he facing? He's facing that way. So if I'm over here, he can't see me. He can't see me at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, how do you do? This is called a soul voice. That slowdown for a brief second tells me that I did it correctly. And what's going on is that the characters say something like, "Let's get in close and attack." That means she wants me to get in right behind them or right next to them and use my close range attacks, like my sword attack. And once I do that, you kind of click with your ally because you're doing what they ask you to do, and they're acting in conjunction with your actions. So with that, they're able to gain a bit more HP for everyone in the team, and also
we can do this. Let's see what you've got.
That's great. Yeah, you can also take out your gun whenever you want to, but I'm more focused on my melee attacks. And that ends up being actually the way you get most of your healing. Like there's ways to heal in this game, but during combat it's actually pretty difficult to get that. Let's murder this fool. I didn't even get like half of my attack off. These guys are really low level though, so I'll fight something a little tougher to show off more of it. These are my scales. They kind of follow me wherever I go. I can jump into them whenever I feel like. And the rest of my party members will too. But as far as the combat goes, there are various arts and skills that you're able to earn through a class system. And this is something that I actually really like about this game. There's a lot of different classes available to you. There's a basic drifter, and then from there you can branch out to striker, commando, and enforcer. And then from there you can also branch out to 2 different fields, ultimately landing on the last one: duelist, bastion warrior, full metal jaeger, Astral Crusader, Mastermind, and Galactic Knight, and they all have different skills and abilities. And on top of that, they have the skills that unlock that you can slot in. And as the main character, you're actually able to take skills from other classes and put it on your guy in order to use those skills, even though you're not using that particular class at the time. So it allows you to mix match skills to some degree, but the arts unfortunately are a bit more focused based on the weapons that you're using. So for example, I'm able to use any art that uses dual guns and dual swords, and that's what I have right now. And you're also able to use your battle points as you see I kind of have a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and use them because these are skills that are really good. Primer is very good. I don't really use Shadowrunner too much. I might be taking that off with something else. Sliding Slinger is just a nice range attack. I use it all the time. But the other skills, I'm kind of not sure about whether or not I'm going to keep it forever. So I'm gonna just leave them be. And the other characters also have this too. But they're limited to the arts that's available to their class. You can't change the class of other characters, just yourself. So you have to pick, and you have to level up the stuff that you want them to have and use properly. which I should probably do. I haven't really been spending my battle points. I've been earning them like crazy, as you can see, but I haven't been spending them. You can also level up your skills, just like I showed up before. This one allows you to do 125% damage when using melee attacks from behind. That's a huge amount of damage increase. This includes my overdrive duration by 8 seconds, which is also a very long time. I can even make that 10 seconds if I wanted to. And I might, actually. Overdrive is very strong, and 2 seconds more of overdrive can lead to a lot more damage. It's not like I'm lacking battle points right now. This makes my cooldown for auto attacks faster. And the way this game works is that you have this thing called TP. That's the green bar next to my name / HP there, sitting at 6,119, and then TP is 1,768. When that a lot of the more powerful skills require that in order to be used. So you need to get some guys. Alright, this guy is low level, but because he's a kind of like giant type, he has a lot more HP. So I'll be able to show off more of the arts and stuff here. So let's go ahead and do that. Sneak up behind him and start off with a nice backstab. I can zoom in and zoom out whenever I feel like. Just topple. Put some fatigue on him. And if I get perfect, the effects are better. This is my TP spending attack. You see, I'm just laying down the damage. That's kind of like my AOE attack for my range attacks, which is pretty good. But I don't use it too much because I find that I'm in close quarters with enemies quite often, and when that happens, boy do you suffer the consequence. Yeah, let's just wander around. I think visually speaking, I think this game looks fantastic. Like the environment, like the vista, man, that's gorgeous. This is like the sandy, like not that impressive looking place too. And the draw distance is very impressive. I could probably kill that thing too. Yeah, I'm positive I can kill it, but let's not worry about the melee fighting just yet. The music is also very good. They have those cheesy awesome tracks, and then they have these sweeping orchestral melodies that pop up during. Oh, and just like that, there's a lightning storm. Now I'm taking constant residual lightning damage every second or so. You see, it says electromagnetic storm on the weather effects, and it has a variety of negative effects and positive effects. But generally, I can't really make use of it because I don't use too many guys that use electricity attacks. But yeah, you can run around pretty fast in this game. And those guys don't attack me because they don't have a symbol next to their name. And also, I'm high level, so the higher level you are compared to the enemy, they detect you slower. Or they have to be really close to you in order to be detecting you. It's very close to like an MMO type of thing. I don't really give commands to my allies except for when I'm in combat and I press start and give them general orders. So they're not controlled by me at all. But yeah, that's enough of a showcase of this place. Let's go to a nice green area, which ought to be very different from what I've shown off here. Let's go here. And one thing I'll say about this game is that after installing all the data packs and whatnot, the loading in this game is fairly quick. Considering how big the world is, and I mean the world in this game is ginormous. It's quite impressive how quickly everything loads. This is Nocturne, and yeah, it's nice. But let's get into the scales and see what they're all about. So scales are basically Gundams, okay? They're basically Gundams. They look pretty cool. Some of the scale design is very nice. But I'm using kind of very similar designs because this one is the best one that I can afford right now. And you can also, if this is not fast enough for you, you can also go into vehicle mode with a press of a button, and it's actually really nice. This tank slash scale controls a little wonky, but gets the job done. And oh no, I'm falling, but it's fine. It's not gonna scale, and there's no fall damage in this game. Water, no problem. See, people want flying cars. I just want mechs in my life, you know. Why have a car when you can have these like cool mechs? Whee! Oh, and did I mention it can fly? The first time you're able to fly, which is basically near the end of the game, it is like an experience. It's something that you'll have to experience for yourself to really understand what I mean, because you're forced to basically crawl on the ground for so many hours in order to attain this ability to fly around. And then the world basically becomes your oyster. You can go wherever you want. It burns fuel kind of quickly, but it doesn't even matter. Because it's just so nice to do. Let me show off a bit of the skill combat then, since I'm here. As you saw the damage that I was doing, I was hitting for something like maybe like 2,000, 4,000 on like a big crit, something like 9,000. Let's see what a skill's capable of. Yeah, 70,000-ish. Seems fine. Have a grenade. I did say this game has awesome porting moves in it. That's not There you go. Yeah, so skills. They're pretty powerful. They're able to kill some massive creatures, and I mean massive. Some enemies you fight in this game are the size of mountains. And I think this is the best part of the game right here, the combat, just being able to explore this massive world that's filled with beauty. It's just really impressive, and sometimes I forget that this is a Wii U game. Look at the draw distance, it's gorgeous. The colors are vibrant. This cheesy, awesome song is playing in the background. You're like, yeah, this is good. However, this is not what all the game is about, unfortunately. There's a lot more to this game, and to that degree, there is actually less because of it, which is a shame. And I'll get into that in a second. But let's land down for now. Seems like a good landing spot. You're in my landing zone. Get out. Anyway, the battle music can't even have time to start up. But let's get out of these real quick. The problem with this game in particular, the biggest one, is the progression model and the quest design. The missions in this game rely on you to collect a lot of items, and I mean like a lot of items. Let's, for example, I've had this quest for something like 30 hours, and I don't know where to get these, find all these supple leathers. I gotta find leprosies or something from Primordia, So let's go to Primordia real quick. Like I said, the loading is fairly quick, so you won't mind it too much. So let's just go. There you go. And the game often asks you to find items within a continent, basically. And as you've seen, these continents can be huge. So much to the point where, especially like when you're on foot or you're just in the vehicle mode of scale without the fly module, which is basically the majority of the game, then you'll have no idea where to go. But for the sake of convenience, so I'm looking for monsters called Leprixus, I think. And those little blue items on the ground that look like crystals, they're actually like items, like collectible items. Vorfex, that's not him. Maybe it's that. Nope. Zyphrisis. Like, the game gives you no hint. There's usually when you're looking for like a key item or a specific thing, they tell you where to go in the map or give you a general idea. Where is it? Was that the thing? No, those are Vorfexes. It's like, it starts with an L or something. And because of that, I found myself like lost, not knowing where to go a lot of times. And I ended up spending like maybe like a dozen hours or so just finding items. Just so that I could progress, not just a lot of the subquests, but also the main story as well. Everlasting Millisaur, I gotta kill those guys eventually too. But I still need better scales on my other guys. My main guy is using a level 50 scale, but the other guys are using level 30 ones, which are pretty... Wait, I think those are Leprixus? I think I found it. No, I locked onto one. Where'd it go? That's right. So you have to basically wander around, and this is thanks to me like just getting lucky and just flying around, but like you gotta just do this. And there's also like monster compendiums that tell you sometimes like where the monsters are, not where the monsters are, but what the monsters look like, which helps a little bit. But it's not enough. Like, there's just way too much collecting in this game. It's just too much. They focus on such a mundane part of the game, and it ends up ruining the overall flow of the game, like completely, to the point where it. At one point, I just felt like I was completely and utterly down in this game. It's like the game was trying to make me hate it for some reason, and that's a shame because there's a lot of things about this game that does well, but just the questing structure is just so terrible. Well, I'm getting dropping the item. But at least I know what it looks like, so I can just kill a bunch of more. And you know, being in a skill, it just kind of trivializes combat for now. At least when I'm fighting these things. I think that was one of them, right? Supple leather? Okay, I just need one more. There was like maybe 2 or 3 instances where I had to look for items on the ground that are just like these blue crystals but are rare. And it took me way too long to find. And remember, I'm reviewing this game, so I can't just look up game facts and look up exactly where the item is or where people found it. I don't have that luxury. I don't have a guide or anything to work by, so I had to do everything by myself, and that meant like combing the land on foot most of the time, and boy was that difficult. And also the levels of the monsters vary, like to the point where it just makes no sense. Like you have these level 14 guys, which are very easy, and then over here you have these level 50 guys for like no real good reason. And that's like a light case. This is the beginning area, the very first area. Oh, I missed. Oh, this is the cockpit view. What it does is that, you know, it actually takes off all the cooldown on all your skills at once. And it's a very like powerful state, but it happens randomly, which is just kind of silly, honestly. It should be something that you should be able to control and go into when you do something skillfully. It shouldn't just happen randomly. And you know, just like an MMO, you gotta, there's like a percentage chance these guys drop the item. Like, it's not 100% or anything. So I think collecting items like generic ass items from monsters that have like low percentage chance to drop, I think that is like the worst aspect of MMOs that I played. Like, I played, you know, like World of Warcraft, for example, had a ton of those kinds of quests early on, but they started flushing those out. Now, if you see those collectathon quests, it's basically you kill one and then it drops it. Like, that's how it works nowadays. People don't have the patience for that anymore. And not so much the point where people have become impatient. It's more that it's just recognized as a boring thing to do, right? And to see that this new game that came out, ooh, nice. This new game that came out in 2015 has something like that is very, very disappointing to say the least. Because the original Xenoblade Chronicles was ahead of its time for what it became. This is actually like a field action thing that I'm able to do. I find like these yellow marker things, and I'm able to do these field actions, and they give me experience credits, and sometimes they give me items, some of which are very, very powerful. And now that it's nighttime, I'm not sure if those enemies spawn in this area anymore, so I gotta go look around some more. I mean, this is not fun, right? I'm like walking around like looking for this one particular enemy type to kill over and over and over again just so that I can get this item. That's no fun for anyone. And remember this, I'm just like in easy mode right now because I'm one-shotting dudes. But before, it would take me like maybe a good minute or two to kill some monsters. Or maybe even more, depending on... okay, I got the items. Let's go turn it in real quick. Now, so that I know where to turn it in, I'm going to go ahead and set this as my navigation target. Now it shows me on my nice little handy map on the Wii pad. Is that the correct terminology for this controller? Whatever, the Wii controller. Wii U controller. And I'm off straight to the commercial district in New LA. And the reward for this quest is like dumb. It's probably some fashion item, but whatever. It's fine. The side quests don't really have voiceovers. It's the affinity quest and the main quest that do. There's no Japanese voice acting that I know of. I didn't check too hard, but I'm fairly certain there isn't Japanese voice acting. But I think the English voice acting is fine. So this is basically a quest that I did that is giving like equipment or yeah. And you see that heart that came on top of Alma's head is kind of like saying that, oh, she liked what I said there. And that's how you increase the affinity, among other ways. Oh no, don't tell me to go collect some stuff for a perfume now. I just want to be done with this side quest. But it looks like I already have all the ingredients because I have been flying around everywhere and killing things in all the places. So luckily, sometimes I'll have the items available, but many times I won't. Feral scent gets your heart pumping. Explain that you perform more relaxing aroma from you. Thank you very much. There you go. I got upgraded swimsuit top, band right, band left, and I got CNC medium female fur. But look at all those items I had to collect for this dumb quest. which rewarded me a measly 220 experience and 12,000 gold, or whatever that currency is. To give you a perspective of how 12,000 means to me, is that I have 4.7 million. And that's not even that much considering where I'm in the game, which is end game. It's like it doesn't even matter. Like, to buy the scale that I'm riding on right now, this bad boy cost me 3.7 million. So yeah, you need a lot. Like, giving 12,000 is like a joke. And I think the most gold that I've gotten from a quest is like 100,000. So they're really cheap on giving you gold while you're actually in the game. Okay, well, now that that's out of the way, let's actually do an affinity question, and that'll basically round out the package for what I want to do. We're gonna do a quest for this character named Hope. I haven't seen this quest yet, so this will be new to me. I hope it's not too difficult, or I hope it's not like a huge collectathon, because Jesus Christ, I did not need another one of those in my life. This is a game that has tested my patience to its limit, certainly. Now there's Hope. And also, why do I need to go find the characters that I want to put into my party? Why can't I just call them up?
Yes?
Don't be reading that too much. Don't even worry about that. That's not important. Yeah. Let's see, who am I gonna take out for Hope? Lynn, your max level, you can take a seat for that one. She doesn't get to ride a Scowl, except for you, Hope. And now that I have the quest, I gotta go. Now that I have the character, I gotta go find the quest. I made a general note about where it was. Yes, there it is. And I actually recommend this. Actually, might be one of the first games where I would recommend you use the Wii U pad controller over like a Pro controller, because this map thing is super handy. I'm not able to show it off because, you know, obviously I'm capturing the main screen and all, but boy, it's useful to have.
Hey.
So I go to this icon here, and I'm able to start this quest. Okay, here we go. If you don't want to see this quest, or if you don't want to see any story content, even though this is just a side quest, feel free to tune out right about now. There's gonna be some voice acting, so I'm gonna shut up. Voice acting. Voice act. There you go.
Hey, Hope. Got a minute?
Certainly. What can I do for you? Got something on your mind?
Kind of. Don't know if you've heard, but there's been a string of blade disappearances lately. The third case just happened, and an odd commonality has emerged. The 3 victims that have disappeared so far are Hans, Elliot, and Trish. They were all regular clients of yours, weren't they?
Oh no. But yes, I suppose they did come by for advice fairly often.
Listen, Hope. I want to respect your client privilege, but if you know anything...
I'm sorry, but I've been leaving so much to Ornella lately. My other missions have taken me out of the city a lot.
Now that you mention it, I don't see Ornella around.
Yes, she was feeling under the weather, unfortunately.
I see. Well, tell her I send my best. And if you do hear anything, let me know, okay?
I'm sorry, but can I ask you for a favor? Would you mind if we looked into this case?
Yeah, sure. Your main character is mute.
Thank you so much.
I should have named him Chrono.
It brings up memories.
Or Gordon.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to focus on much
God,
else right
mute
now.
protagonists are kind of boring. But it is what it is. That's the problem with creative character stuff. Press hope for details in our past. I'm one of those people that doesn't like asking questions about other people unless I get really curious. I give them time to just speak for themselves, so There you go.
You're always so kind. It's funny, whenever you cheer me on like this, it reminds me of when I was living with my father. Whenever I was sad, he'd appear with a cup of hot cocoa in hand, and he'd say just what I needed to hear. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to solve this case. I suppose we should ask around first. Let's see what the rumor mill says about the folks who disappeared.
Okay, so let's go to the commercial district. Should I walk there or should I just teleport there? That was a rhetorical question. Of course I'm teleporting there. Oh yeah. Fast load time teleporting. Where you at, Fallout 4? Where you at? So I'm gathering data, so I gotta go around basically trying to see people with yellow speech marks on top of their head, and when I get close to them I'll overhear something, and that'll bring me to my next clue or something like that. Meanwhile, crackdown jumps. Cracked it. Oh, I already found it. That was quick. Either getting advice from Hope, it felt so strange to see their usual roles reversed like that. Interesting. Now we'll teleport to the administrative district. Like I said, like the world and the actual combat and everything is real solid, but the activities that they have you do is not very compelling.
That you, Hope? What's up? I thought we were meeting later.
Were we? I don't remember making any plans.
Seriously? You were just here with Ornella. You told me you needed advice on something and wanted to meet later. You must be tired, girl. And here I thought you asking for advice was weird.
No, this is so strange. What's
See,
going
we have
on?
a doppelganger. Well, I assume, but I'd rather get more information.
Ask Hope. She's standing right there. Look, you asked me to meet you on the South Jam Path plane around midnight. I figured it was really, really serious if you needed that much privacy. But since you're always helping me out, it seemed like the least I could do. I got your back, girl.
No! That wasn't me. It must have been the criminal we're chasing.
You're chasing a... Wait, what? You better explain from the beginning.
And most of the characters look like a creator character, so they don't look very good.
An evil twin?
The contrary to the environment and the vista, the character models look kind of generic. Except for the main characters like Alma, I think looks very cool.
Blade, remember? I planned to pay you back by listening to your troubles or whatever.
Yeah, all the characters look kind of generic.
Now I can do it by acting as bait for your deadly doppelganger.
No! I won't have you risking yourself like that, Ada.
Nah, she'd probably get killed.
I didn't ask you, pal. Look, I want to do
You're gonna get killed.
So you guys should shut up and accept the help. You do the same thing for me, Hope. Am I right?
Ada, thank you. Truly. I swear I'll catch whoever's responsible for this. I really appreciate your help.
There. Was that so hard? Alright, I'll go on ahead. Meet you on the South Jam Path plane around midnight. Got it?
Panning camera for dramatic effect. Between 0 and 5. Hey, that's now. Awesome. Let's go there immediately before I miss this opportunity. But how am I gonna get there, you ask? Telling you, you teleport everywhere in this game. That's why you want to play with the Wii U pad. It's so convenient. I guess I'm not close enough. Oh no, dead end. Those characters are kind of creative characters that are generated based on a pool of different characters. Collecting all the items. I don't even know what most of these are, but I'm collecting them anyway. Oh, I missed it. I got so focused on collecting items. Yep, there's Ada. Dead? No. Okay. That might be the imposter right there.
Right on time. You are the real Hope, right?
Yes. Thank you again for your help. We have to put a stop to this.
Okay, so why don't you guys hide, and I'll draw our fake out here.
All right. But be careful. Don't take any risks.
Thank you so much for coming all this way. I know you're busy.
Oh, heck, you're always helping me with one thing or another. I don't mind at all.
That's very kind of you. I'm afraid I just didn't know who else
That's
to
a good
ask.
doppelganger.
It's so unusual to hear you ask for help. You've got me super curious. Oh, but one thing first.
Yes? What is it?
You are the real Hope, right?
You shouldn't have said that.
The real Hope? I don't understand.
No, I just heard this rumor about an imposter. Can't be too
You're
careful.
blowing it.
No, trust me. I'm Hope from New LA. What a strange rumor to invent.
So you can prove that, right?
I've been together with Ornella this entire time. She can vouch for me.
Of course this is Hope. What kind of bizarro questions are you asking anyway?
Okay. Guess I went a little nuts there. Thing is, I've got somebody that I'd like you guys to meet.
I think Ada's voice actor is the same voice actor that does Edna from the Disguise series.
What? This isn't possible. Ornella, you set me up?
No, I was just... Why are you even here, Hope?
I would ask you the same. Are you a fake Ornella, just like I have a fake Hope?
I'm not! Oh, damn it. This whole plan has gone to hell.
Ah, crap. I think I know what this is. And if it is what it is, then... yeah! I can't show off the rest of this quest then. God damn it, game. But yeah, well, I mean, you know, I showed off basically everything I wanted to show off, so... yeah. There's a lot of landmines when it comes to storytelling in this game. The story isn't, like, amazingly good. But at the same time, it's good enough to keep my... it was good enough that it kept my interest. And, you know, there's the whole ending thing I'm sure a lot of people will be talking about when that surfaces. But yeah, well, that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. I must stop here. There's a real possibility that they might drop like a big hint about one of the major spoilers within the game. So I'm not gonna put anyone through that at all. So yeah, okay. Well, that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's good, but it's incredibly flawed. I wish it was better. As much of a fan of Xenoblade Chronicles as I am, it's unfortunate. But I think they might have a strong foundation here. That if they want to continue the series and correct all their mistakes, well, most of their mistakes anyway, and go with the strong foundation that they have made, they could really have something special. But it determines to be seen where they go from here. All right, well, thanks for watching.